Hi, I'm Julie Arend with Jules Travel, and today's Tuesday travel tip is about the sun and sunscreen. So, as many of you may know, I love, did I say love? The sun. I love being out in the sun. I love to feel the sun on my face and my skin. I love the warmth. I love being inside and just knowing that the sun is out. Unlike winter days when the sun doesn't come out very much and, you're kind of gloomy. So I love the sun, which is why I specialize in the Caribbean and Hawaii, because I just love the sun so much. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that love the sun as much as I do. Or you might be watching me right now and you're saying, yeah, the sun is the best. And to me, it really is. What the thing is what the reason why I wanted today's Tuesday travel tip to be about the sun and sunscreen is because a lot of you may not know this, but I have had major basal cell skin cancer and had to have some pretty extensive reconstructive surgery. So because of that, I have had to decide, do I want to stay out in the sun or do I want to, stay inside and never be out in the sun, wear clothes where I don't ever get sun and whatnot. But that's just not me. So one of the things that I have learned is to really be conscious of the sun and what the sun really can do. So I wanted today's Tuesday travel tip to be about that because just this week I have had to go back in and have some checks for skin cancer again. And so it's really very near and dear to my heart, obviously. But there are so many things that you can still do out in the sun and be active out in the sun, swim, and do all of the things that you want to do as long as you're conscious of what you're doing. And sunscreen is what's really important because it does keep those UV rays out, and that's really what you want to keep out of your skin so that you don't get that skin cancer, right? So hats, if you're going to be out in the sun all day long and you're going to be in the pool or you're going to be playing volleyball or whatever it is that you're going to be doing out in the sun, it's really important to keep your face covered and your head covered, especially for guys that don't have a lot of hair. Your scalp can get really burned and you can get a lot of scaling and things like that, things that you don't really want to talk about. But you do want to wear a hat because that really keeps you protected. And the other thing, of course, is sunscreen. Sunscreen applied several times during the day. You can't go in the morning and put your sunscreen on and then spend the whole day out in the sun thinking that that's all that you need to do, because by the end of the day, you're going to have some kind of burnage going on. So it's really important to reapply that sunscreen. But the big question is, how much SPF should I use and how often should I reapply that? And the SPF that you use really depends upon your skin type and really what your dermatologist or your doctor suggests to you. But just for examples, I'm going to use SPF 15. Let's say that it takes you 15 minutes to get burned. Then if you're using an SPF, you're going to take 15 minutes times SPF 15 and multiply those together. And that's 225 minutes that you can be out in the sun before you reapply that. So that's about 3 hours and 45 minutes. But that doesn't necessarily hold true all the time. Because if you're out in the sun, you're in the Caribbean and you're out there snorkeling, so you're in the water all day, you're going to need to reapply that more often. If it's really humid out, if it's really humid or you're really sweating a lot because you're doing a lot of things in the sports wise or working out wise or whatever it is that you're doing and you're sweating a lot, being in the water all day, you're going to want to reapply that sunscreen more often. So sunscreen is super important, but there's some people out there, some of you lucky people that don't get burned. And I envy you for that. That would be awesome. Even if you're a person that doesn't get burned and all you do is tan, you still want to apply sunscreen with some SPF of 15 or higher to your skin. You're still going to get that sun rays. You're still going to get that sun-kissed look on your body. You're still going to get all of those amazing things. The only thing is you're not going to get those UV rays, which causes those skin cancers and all, those little discolored skin and, all the things that can happen when you're out in the sun. So even though you don't burn, you still need that sunscreen. So those are some things to really think about, especially if you're in the Caribbean. You are so much closer to the sun. That is really important to use that SPF because the rays of the sun are so much more intense that it's so much quicker to get burned in that type of atmosphere. So it's really important if you're in the Caribbean to do that. If you're skiing in the mountains and it doesn't even seem like you're going to get a lot of sun, you still want to put SPF on if you have your sleeves rolled up because you've got the sun coming from up here, you've got the sun glaring off of the snow and then the two together. So whenever you're going to be outside in the summertime, especially if you're living in a northern state, you might not have to put the sunscreen on, but if you are in a state or if you're in a location where there's a lot of sun and the sun is warm, you really want to put some sunscreen on so that you don't get that skin cancer and you don't have to go through all of the stuff that you have to when you do get that skin cancer. So that's my Tuesday travel tip this week. Wear a hat, cover your face, put some sunscreen on your face, put some sunscreen all over when you're out in the sun all the time is really when you want to use that sunscreen. So, and wear those hats. So I am Julie Arend with Jules Travel, and today's Tuesday travel tip was talking about sun and sunscreen. Thank you so much for always tuning in. I really appreciate it. Everybody have a great day.